Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IS Academy. What if the most dangerous war of 21st century is not announced with a declaration, but with a tweet? What if the fate of West Asia, global oil prices, nuclear stability, and millions of lives hangs not on diplomacy but on the mood of one man? And this is that one man. है ना? Donald Trump has threatened Iran 7 times in just 14 days. He has said America is locked and loaded. He has spoken of a very strong action, and then he has suddenly stepped back. So the world is actually asking one burning question: is Trump bluffing, or are we standing on the edge of another catastrophic war? So let me tell you that history whispers a warning here. Because every time the United States of America has tried to control Iran through coups, sanctions, war, assassination, or deals, it has lost more than it gained. So as you can see, the lines on Iran or serious. So today we are going to discuss this issue. Because every time, so whenever US actually tried to control Iran through various coups, sanctions, or wars, assassination, US has lost more than it gained. Because let me tell you, empires jo hoti hai na, empires, they misread Iran before. Presidents have underestimated it before, and then the consequences have always been explosive in nature. So this is not just a story of Trump and Iran. This is the story of, you can say, this is the story of regarding the power, oil, nuclear fear, broken promises, and the dangerous illusion that military force can rewrite the history. So in this video, we are going to decode why Trump threats matter even when he backs out. You know, why Iran is not why Iran should not be considered as Venezuela, not Iraq, not Libya. How America itself created Iran's nuclear problem, and why history may punish the arrogance more brutally than the weakness. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will realize that the danger is not whether Trump attacks Iran. The real danger is actually believing that Iran can be handled at all. That is the real danger. So what is the big question here? So we need to understand the big question: is Trump bluffing on Iran or is he serious? ये हमें समझना पड़ेगा, है ना? So let's try to understand each and every perspective of this. Okay. So first, we are going to start with the context here. So the context here is something which is related to Donald Trump stand on Iran, whether he is bluffing or he is serious, है ना? And in this video, there is one more question that we need to understand: is Donald Trump really going to attack Iran, or is he just threatening as a pressure tactic? So to answer this question, you need to understand various perspectives. Like, what are the things that we need to understand? First important thing, we need to look at Trump's recent foreign policy failures. Second, we need to understand long and painful US-Iran history. Then we need to understand Iran's nuclear program, how it began and where it stands today. Okay, then Trump's actual behavior, bluff or sudden attack. And then why Iran is not an easy target. So these perspectives we need to understand. So first we are going to start with Trump foreign policy, which is already having too many failures. है ना? So Trump's plate is already overloaded, but he still wants more global attention. है ना? So अब ये हमें देखता भी है. So first thing that I'm going to discuss, Ukraine war. It was a big failure with respect to Donald Trump, that how he handled, है ना? Like Trump claimed during 2024 campaign that he would end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. कि मैं 24 घंटे में इस यूक्रेन वॉर को खत्म कर दूंगा, बंद कर दूंगा, है ना? Reality, Russia's President Vladimir Putin ignored Donald Trump, and Putin wants the war to continue unless unless Zelensky accept all the Russian terms and agreements. And Trump friendship with Putin became a joke now. है ना? Second important thing, second is something which is related to the Gaza war. Gaza war is like half-baked ceasefire, है ना? तो अभी गाजा के लिए क्या प्रमोट किया? So it is like half-baked ceasefire. Trump helped broker a ceasefire in October 2025, but Gaza is still if you see Gaza is actually still divided between the Israel and Hamas. And if you see the situation of Gaza, around 71,000 Palestinians are killed, 442 killed after the ceasefire started. And Hamas ने मना कर दिया disarm करने से. Hamas refuses to disarm unless Palestinian statehood is recognized or unless Palestinian statehood is guaranteed. So Trump announced a technocratic government for Gaza. Now what is that technocratic government for Gaza? We need to understand this, है ना? अब वो technocratic government कौन सी है गाजा की? So Trump announced this. Now what is this government? This is actually named as National Committee for the Administration of Gaza. जी हाँ, NCAG. That is National Committee for the Administration of Gaza. Who is the head? Ali Shah. जी हाँ, head is Ali Shah. Okay, and this will be supervised by a board of peace. And who is going to chair that board of peace? This will be chaired by Donald Trump only. And Hamas supposed to disarm. Hamas support to disarm. International force to train Palestinian police. But what is the reality check? Only $1 billion raised. No country want to send troops there. Western and Muslim nations not funding Gaza. Okay, this is the scenario. Then another failure, if you see, Venezuela. जी हाँ, regime did not collapse. Trump kidnapped Nicolas Maduro. जी हाँ, इन्होंने kidnap किया Nicolas Maduro को. But the real power still intact. If you see, real power still intact. Like interim president Delcy Rodriguez, interim president. National Assembly head George Rodriguez. Then Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello, and then Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez. So these are important minister, clear. And US companies, US की जो oil companies है, they still refuse to invest due to the instability. US की oil companies अभी भी वेनेजुएला में invest करने से मना कर रही है because of the instability. Clear? And now अब किसकी बारी आ रही है? Now comes Iran. जी हाँ, now comes Iran, Trump's most dangerous gamble. Okay, see, that is why, let me tell you, Iran is not Venezuela or a Gaza. Every time United States of America interfered in Iran, it backfired. Now, as we can see, that massive protest was started in Iran. Massive protest शुरू हुआ ईरान में from December 2025 to January 2026. Protest began on 28th December. What are the causes for the protest? The causes for the protest: inflation, record inflation, food prices, okay, currency collapse. So this became a direct challenge to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. जी हाँ, ये direct challenge हो गया for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and around 5,000 protesters reportedly killed. ठीक है, अब जब ये scenario हुआ, then Trump gave a threat to Iran. Trump threat against Iran. Now, what Trump said on this? So in January 2026, Trump threatened Iran 7 times in 14 days. And Trump said US was locked and loaded. US also imposed 25% of tariffs on the countries trading with Iran. US also threatened for the military action if protesters were executed. Okay, and US claimed to support Iranian protesters. This was the scenario. And then suddenly Trump backed out. है ना, उसी के बाद स्टेटमेंट है, Trump backed out. Trump said executions had stopped, है ना, but they hadn't. Clear? Iranians को लगा कि ये अब हमें धोखा दे रहा है. Iranians, they felt betrayed. This is the incident. Okay. Now the question here, we need to understand why US-Iran history matters. This is the very important part of this issue. So we need to understand the US-Iran history here. है ना. Like if we see US Iran history, the most important year 1953. जी हाँ, 1953. Now 1953 coup took place, the original sin. The original sin. Iran had a democratically elected PM. Iran के पास democratically elected PM था, whose name was Mohammad Mossadegh. मोहम्मद मोजादेग ने ऐसा क्या किया जिसकी वजह से कूप कराया गया. ही नेशनलाइज, मोहम्मद मोजादेग, ही नेशनलाइज्ड ऑयल. समझिएगा, है ना. एंड द मोमेंट ही नेशनलाइज्ड ऑयल, Britain and United States of America, they launched two operations, Operation Ajax and Operation Boot. As you can see here, two operations, Operation Ajax and Operation Boot. And US President Dwight D. Eisenhower, UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill, है ना, they removed Mossadegh and they installed Mohammad Raza Pahlavi government. So Shah installed Mohammad Raza Pahlavi government. ये सिनेरियो हुआ था. Okay, now what was the outcome for this? Shah ruled for 26 years. And finally, the rule of Shah was overthrown in 1979 with Islamic Revolution. Okay, and in 1979, new supreme leader came whose name was Ruhollah Khomeini. जी हाँ, Ruhollah Khomeini, and US was branded as, under the control of Ruhollah Khomeini, US was branded as Great Satan. Okay, this was the scenario. So since 1979, the relations between US and Iran are not cordial in nature. It created, because of this revolution, it created enmity between the two countries, that is US and Iran. Now, in the same year, US embassy hostage crisis also took place. As you can see here, 1979 to 1981, around 52 Americans they held hostage for 444 days, है ना, and failed rescue attempts. And then Operation Eagle Claw took place, in which 8 US soldiers died. And at that time, US had to face the huge humiliation. And then in 1980 only, Iran-Iraq war took place. जी हाँ, Iran-Iraq war 1980 to 88. US supported at that time, US at that time in 1980 to 88 in Iran-Iraq war. So US was against the Iran. So US supported Saddam Hussein of Iraq. So US supported Saddam Hussein. Iraq used chemical weapons against Iran, but United States of America at that time ignored the violations. And then comes the most important scandal called as Iran-Contra scandal 1981 to 86. Now what is this Iran-Contra scandal 1981 to 86? अब इस scandal में क्या आया था? So let me show you the image. As you can see here, this Iran-Contra affair was significant political scandal during Ronald Reagan presidency. Okay, in which it was said that United States of America secretly sold arms and ammunition to Iran. And then remember this thing that US ने हथियार बेचे थे ईरान को secretly, and that money was used to fund the Contra rebels in Nicaragua, while publicly and US publicly calling Iran a terrorist state. एक तो आप publicly ईरान को terrorist state बोल रहे हो और चुपचाप क्या कर रहे हो, आर्म्स एमिनिशन की डील कर रहे हैं. क्लियर? दिस वाज द सिनेरियो, है ना. दैट स्कैंडल केम ड्यूरिंग 1981 to 86. क्लियर? नाउ with respect to Iran nuclear program, so in this newspaper, so there is full article with respect to Iran nuclear program, and it is also important for your UPSC examination. Now how Iran started nuclear program? So let me show you. As you can see here, in 1953, as you can see here, in 1953, Eisenhower's Atom for Peace. So Iran nuclear program was led by Eisenhower. जी हाँ, President of United States of America. So Iran का nuclear जो program है, it was supported by initially United States of America through Eisenhower's Atom for Peace program in 1953. Then what happened in 1957? As you can see here, in 1957, US and Shah, because US supported Shah government, so US and Shah led Iran, they have signed nuclear agreement for civilian use. तो उस समय 1957 में यूएस ने ईरान के साथ न्यूक्लियर अग्रीमेंट साइन किया फॉर पीसफुल, फॉर सिविलियन यूज ऑफ न्यूक्लियर पावर. एंड देन इन 1967 आप देख सकते हैं यहां पर, यूएस gave Iran 5 MW, as you can see here, 5 megawatt research reactor to Iran. यूएस ने सप्लाई किया ईरान को 5 मेगावाट रिसर्च रिएक्टर. And then in 1970s, in mid 1970s, Iran also signed deals with Germany, as you can see here, West Germany. And then Iran also signed deals with French company, that means France, nuclear deal sign की. तो जब आपने सपोर्ट किया तो अब ईरान तो न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स बनाएगा ही. Clear? And then after this, later other developments also came. Like later developments, if you see that in 1990s, Iran again restarted its nuclear program. ईरान ने 1990s में फिर से अपना न्यूक्लियर प्रोग्राम शुरू किया, है ना, with the help from Russia, China as well as Pakistan, and even Pakistani scientists, है ना, even Pakistani scientists, as you can see here, AQ Khan, Abdul Qadir Khan, है ना. So even Pakistani nuclear scientists, the father of Pakistan's nuclear bomb, helped Iran with uranium enrichment technology. तो पाकिस्तानी साइंटिस्ट ने ईरान की हेल्प की थी, है ना, with uranium enrichment technology through black market network के through. Okay, and then as you can see here, in 1989, a secret project, है ना, AMAD project was launched by Iran. Clear? And this was a plan to build 5 nuclear weapons by 2004. इसमें ईरान का, याद रखिएगा, मेन प्लान क्या था? To build 5 nuclear weapons by 2004. And let me tell you, this program, AMAD project, this program was led by the Mohsin, है ना, उनका पूरा नाम था मोहसिन फकरीजदे, है ना. So this project was led by the scientist Mohsin फकरीजदे, है ना. एंड इसीलिए इन साइंटिस्ट को असासिनेट कर दिया था मोसाद के लोगों ने. जी हाँ, दिस इरानियन साइंटिस्ट वाज असासिनेटेड बाय इजराइल इन तेहरान इन 2020. जी हाँ, इन साइंटिस्ट को असासिनेट कर दिया, खत्म कर दिया इजराइल ने 2020 में. एंड दिस AMAD प्रोजेक्ट वाज हॉल्टेड इन 2003. जी हाँ, दिस प्रोजेक्ट वाज हॉल्टेड इन 2003. ये याद रखिएगा, because it was against the interest of Israel, it was against the interest of Western powers. And then हम आते हैं 2015. जी हाँ, JCPOA nuclear deal 2015. Now what happened under this deal? Let me tell you, this deal was signed under the Barack Obama, and in this deal, Iran reduced uranium stockpile by 98%, limited enrichment to 3.67%, and Iran also allowed International Atomic Energy Agency inspections also. And because of this deal, United States of America and European Union, they lifted sanctions on Iran. ठीक है, तो जब सारी चीजें नॉर्मलाइजेशन आ रहा था धीरे धीरे, फिर गलती कहां से हुई? ट्रम्प in his first presidency, Trump in his first tenure, in 2018, Donald Trump withdrew from JCPOA. The moment Donald Trump withdrew from JCPOA, now why Donald Trump withdrew from JCPOA? So it was influenced by the Benjamin Netanyahu. And उसी के बाद से Iran started, or you can say Iran resumed enrichment program again. ईरान ने फिर से न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स को बनाना शुरू किया. ठीक है. Now, what is Iran's nuclear status before June 2025 war? Now, what was the status of Iran before June 2025 war? So let me show you, as you can see here, this thing, this line in the newspaper, that before June 2025 war, total enriched uranium that Iran holds It is around 9,874.9 kg. जी हाँ, 9,874.9 kg, which also includes 440.9 kg at 60% enrichment. Okay, as you can see here, so 440.9 kg up to 60% enrichment. So itna enrichment hona, let me tell you, this is enough for one nuclear bomb within a month. अगर इतना एनरिचमेंट है तो आराम से एक न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब बन सकता है विद इन 1 मंथ. क्लियर? ठीक है. Now after this, Trump's military actions against Iran. Now there are various events. Like first, I would like to tell you 2020. In 2020, United States of America assassinated Qasem Soleimani. जी हाँ, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका ने 2020 में असैसिनेट कर लिया था ईरानियन जनरल कासिम सुलेमानी को. देन लास्ट ईयर इन जून 2025 यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका बॉम्ब 3 इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स, एज यू कैन सी हियर, फोर्डो, नेटैंज एंड इस्फहान. जी हाँ, फोर्डो, नेटैंज एंड इस्फहान. नाउ बेस्ड ऑन दिस, पेंटागन सेड nuclear program after this bombing, Pentagon se report hai, Pentagon said now nuclear program of Iran delayed for 1 to 2 years. 60% enriched uranium is still missing. 60% जो enriched uranium था वो अभी भी missing है. अब सवाल ये उठता है, is Trump bluffing? है ना? What are the reasons he held back? So there are various reasons why Trump held back. है ना? First important reason, Netanyahu warned that Iran will not fall easily. Netanyahu ने ट्रम्प को warn किया कि Iran is not the easy task. Clear? Iran will not fall easily. Saudi Arabia and Qatar advised against the war, कि हमें वेस्ट एशिया में war नहीं चाहिए. Around 40 to 50,000 US troops in a region at risk. But now US warships moving in, aircraft carriers are ready. Trump has a history of bluffing already and then striking suddenly. Trump पहले तो bluff करता है, फिर strike करता है सीधे, है ना? So what is the final message that we need to understand here? Trump talking about peace but practices short wars. Iran is not Venezuela. Any war with Iran would be long, bloody and uncontrollable. History already proves this, that US interference in Iran always backfires. So we need to understand, Trump should learn from history first of all, because Iran has never forgiven, never forgotten and never surrendered easily. Okay, so was Trump bluffing? The honest answer is unsettling. Trump both bluffs and strikes, and that is exactly what makes him dangerous. Okay, history shows us a clear pattern. Trump talks peace while preparing war. He promises diplomacy while moving aircraft carriers. And then he also delays decisions and then act without warning. And what about Iran then? Iran is a country which is shaped by betrayal, hardened by sanctions and radicalized by the foreign interference. And Iran already have survived coups, wars, assassinations, embargoes and isolation. It has learned one brutal lesson from the history: never trust American promises. ये ईरान ने सीख लिया है कि अमेरिका के प्रॉमिस पर कभी भरोसा नहीं करना है, and never fear American threats. This is why Iran is different. Remember this thing. This is the main reason that why Iran is different here. A war here will not be short, it will not be clean, and it will not be victorious in any way Washington imagines. Okay, 40,000 American troops sit within Iran's reach. Global oil market hang by a thread. One miscalculation could ignite the entire region, and Trump once promised to end wars forever. But history warns us, leaders who ignore the past often repeat its bloodiest chapters. And the real lesson of this story is not about the Trump alone. It is about power without morality. It is about power without humility, strength without memory, है ना? and decisions made without respect for history. Because Iran has taught the world something again and again. You can bomb facilities, you can assassinate our generals, you can sanction an economy, but you cannot bomb a nation's memory. And any leader who forgets that may soon be remembered by the history for all the wrong reasons. Okay, so this is all about the issue with respect to Trump's stand on Iran. I hope this much is clear to all of you. So thank you for watching this video. For more such kind of geopolitical videos, follow our channel Legacy IAS Academy and subscribe and share this video to your family members and among your circle. Thank you so much.